Okay, students, I'm here to show you complex sentence patterns. Hopefully I can make sense of my notes for you. So there's three types of complex sentence patterns you have to be aware of. One starts with an independent clause. I put SV, meaning subject and verb. Remember, clauses are the same as sentences. Sentences have subjects and verbs and make sense. So subject verb because is just the subordinate conjunction. I'm just using it as a placeholder. All subordinate clauses start with subordinate conjunctions. That's how we know that they're subordinate clause. So, because, and then of course they have to have a subject and verb to be considered a clause. You can also start a sentence with the subordinate clause because, subject verb, comma, you must have a comma in between that and the independent clause. Or sometimes the third sentence pattern is to start with the subject, in between the subject and verb, throw in the subordinate clause, comma, and then a verb. And sometimes if they're really closely related, you don't even have to have those commas, so it can get confusing. You can see that all these subordinate conjunctions, they can show cause and effect, they can compare and contrast, they can give you place or time, they can give you different kinds of relations, conditions, and we'll see some examples down here at the bottom. We have to start with the independent clause. He recommends them highly. We have a dependent clause because they taste like chicken when they are hot. We can start with the subordinate clause. We start with although, the subordinate conjunction. Although chicken always appeals to me, comma, I still feel skeptical about monkey. You can see I still feel skeptical about monkey is an independent clause. And then Miss Potato Head, comma, because she loves us so much, comma, has offered to make her special monkey souffle for us. We put the subordinate clause in between the subject and the verb. So let's move to our homework. If the manager is unable to help, try the assistant manager. Okay, this is a complex sentence. We see that it has a comma, so I know that it starts with a subordinate clause. It starts with a subordinate conjunction, if. So I know that if the manager is unable to help is the subordinate clause. The mayor is a person to whom you should write the letter. Whom you should write the letter is the subordinate clause, starts with whom. So I know there's no commas there because it follows the independent clause. The man whose neck was broken. I look for whose neck was broken. It's so closely related to the man, it's actually an adjective clause describing the man. We see that it's in between the subject and the verb in that sentence. Number 4, the scientist said that the ozone levels were dangerous. That the ozone levels are dangerous is a subordinate clause. Number 5, the city council objected when the mayor changed his mind. When the mayor changes his mind is also subordinate clause. Starts with when, has subject mayor, changed, even indirect object. What did he change mind? So you can see how you can make 2 short choppy sentences into 1 complex sentence, which that's what we're looking to do in the following sentences. So number 6, Billy goes to school. He likes to hit the gym. I would use after, giving a time relationship. So after Billy goes to school, comma, he likes to hit the gym. I start with the subordinate conjunction after, start with the subordinate clause. I have to have a comma in between that and the independent clause. Victor likes to do laundry. He has nothing better to do, so I'm going to put when in there. Victor likes to do the laundry when he has nothing better to do. Number 8, I really like my mom's pancakes. The pancakes at Drees are better. I'm going to turn that first sentence into a subordinate clause. So although I really like my mom's pancakes, comma, the pancakes at Drees are better. Same thing with number 9. I'm going to turn the first sentence into a subordinate clause. If we keep playing like this, comma, we can win the championship. And then number 10, Gary writes the best poems. He has a tremendous vocabulary. There's a lot of different things you could do here. I'm going to turn that second sentence into a subordinate clause by adding because. Gary writes the best poems because he has a tremendous vocabulary. Notice where the commas are. Notice that every subordinate clause starts with a subordinate conjunction. Okay? Remember, we're doing this to get better at writing, all right? All different kinds of ways to join sentences together and to have fluid sentences. We want to make better paragraphs. We can use a because, but, so model to make a great summary paragraph. We can start with although and make an argumentative paragraph, and we can continue to kind of build on our writing skills. Thank you. Stay safe.